Step right up, let's take the dive. Crypto world is coming alive. From XRP to the blockchain beat. Join the crew, we're pioneers meet. Got builders, dreamers, paving the way. Multi-chain vibes, we're here to stay. Wanna know? Don't wait, let's go. Dip a toe, join the Web3 flow. Take a step, explore the scene. Dip a toe, show, living the dream. From the ledger to the stars we climb. Crypto's future, it's our time. Dip a toe, yeah, take that chance. Join the vibe, let's crypto dance. Faces of crypto, stories we share. Early adopters, they're everywhere. From XRPL to the Web3 wave. Bold moves, only we're here to pave. Melissa and Simon, they light the way. Every week it's a crypto play. Wanna know? Don't wait, let's go. Dip a toe, join the Web3 flow. Take a step, explore the scene. Dip a toe, show, living the dream. From the ledger to the stars we climb. Crypto's future, it's our time. Dip a toe, yeah, take that chance. Join the vibe, let's crypto dance. Let's crypto dance. No advice, just a spark to ignite. Do your research, keep your vision tight. Community strong, we're building the way. Dip a toe show, here to stay. Take a step, explore the scene. Dip a toe show, living the dream. From the ledger to the stars we climb. Crypto's future, it's our time. Dip a toe, yeah, take that chance. Join the vibe, let's crypto dance. So take a chance, don't be shy. Crypto's calling, we're reaching the sky. Join the movement, come take a look. Web3's rising, the world's been shook. Ooh.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to tonight's episode of the Dip a Toe Show. I am so thrilled that you're here with us. Shout out to you that are already in the chat tonight. We're going to shine a spotlight on something that's shaking up the world of independent entertainment and talk about the real story of digital ownership and how creators are finally breaking free from the old systems. We've got an exclusive interview lined up with two of my favorite people, Niall Cottrell and James Fitzzzy from IMUTV. That's Independent Music Universe TV, your go-to hub for indie music, films, interviews, and blockchain-powered creativity. We're going to dive into the shocking truth about media NFTs today, the hidden dangers that leave artists without real security and collectors without true exclusivity. It's a massive wake-up call for the industry, but here's the exciting part. IMUTV and their dedicated entertainment collectibles platform, IMCollectibles, have built the actual solution, and it's now live in beta for independent artists. We're going to talk about their journey, the innovative way they're using the XRP Ledger for true ownership, fair compensation, global exposure, and cutting out the gatekeepers. Plus, we're going to cover the new updates to their website, like IMCollectibles, and remind you about their community gems, such as the IMU Protectors, and what this all means for indie creatives and the future of the ecosystem. So whether you're an artist looking for a better way, a fan wanting to support real talent, or if you're just curious about the revolution happening right now in music, media, and beyond, this conversation is going to be packed with insights and some game-changing updates. So without further ado, let's see who else is in the house this evening. We got a whole bunch of people in here already. There's 41 of you. I have to give a shout out to Silver Days. I love you, my friend. I hope to meet you someday. You are here. You're the first one every single time. Really, really appreciate your support. It really means a lot to us. And of course, we've got Vegas Lamb. You're another one. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you coming. And Florida Man Landscaping, this person, Justin Wynn, for the win. He has been waiting for this episode for like chopping at the bit. So welcome, Justin. We really appreciate you coming to Dip a Toe. William is here. Can't wait. Makita, our favorite Kita's brew. That is in my hair. That's on my man's beard. You know, ketasbrew.com. Check it out. Not an advertisement, but it is. Connie's in the house. Who else we've got here? Oh my gosh, we've got Team Green Carpet Cleaning Machine gone rogue. You guys, there's a whole bunch of you in here tonight. Wow. Of course, we have Stone from Coffee and Crypto with Stone. Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on X. Be there or be square. Oh, and we have Miss Says Crypto. Guys, Simon is working right now overtime, and that is why he's not here. We love you. We miss you, Simon. He sent me a really cute picture today. Megan, his beard is looking really super awesome. I can only suspect that he's using the Kita brew right now. So I love it. I think it's fantastic. We got Kristen, Lady K in the house. Who else we have? 444 Rosemary, our friend Rosemary. We love you, Rosemary. We missed you. I hope everything's well. Awesome. Amy, XRP is in the house. There's a little special surprise coming from the Dip a Toe show in relation to XRP, but we won't share that right yet. We got Shauna from FML in the house. Thank you. And True Ducal. True Ducal. Had to come over here to chat. We love you. We appreciate that you did. Guys, there's so many. I hope I didn't miss anybody. This is a conversation that has needed to happen for a really long time. There's a revelation that was figured out. I kind of figured it out a little while ago. I didn't know the severe implications of it when I stumbled upon it when I tried to create my own NFT. And when XRP Cafe inadvertently, accidentally deleted my collection, and then it took me down a whole rabbit hole with IPF files and the whole thing. And so did Niall and Fitzzzy and Rob Nichols. Shout out to Rob Nichols of IMUTV. They also discovered this, and it is a real issue. We're going to talk about it. But without further ado, let's get our beautiful guests in here. We have Niall Cottrell, and we have James Fitzzzy from IMUTV. Welcome to the Dip a Toe show. How you doing this evening, gentlemen?
What's up, everyone? I'm doing great, thank you, Melissa. 1 o'clock in the morning here, so a bit tired, getting worse for wear, but we are energetic still. We're still thriving with the frequencies. But no, thank you for having us. I'm looking forward to tonight because it's going to get juicy. I shouldn't feel too disappointed about the shocking truth, because there is a solution, and the solution's live in beta, and we're revealing it tonight. So it's exciting. It is exciting. Yeah, Fitzy, man, how you doing?
Man, Melissa, you're looking great tonight as always, girl. Come on, you're on fire.
I did the middle part.
You're on fire, girl. You're on fire. Stop that shit right now. No, thanks for having us, man. What a great night. What a great crowd. What a great topic. This has been a lot of work in the making. The entire ecosystem of IMU, ups and downs, great times, great features, and by artists for artists. So we're happy to be here.
I love it. And you guys, those of you who are fans of the Dip a Toe show know that Dip a Toe was the first educational crypto education content on IMUTV.tv. We are streaming, what is it now, 48 countries live right now?
I believe it's 47. I need to cross-reference some of the latest countries, but yeah, I believe it's 47 right now.
That is,
when you get there, who's counting when you get there, right?
I remember saying 20 countries, 27, 30, like it's just incredible. We're so honored to be part of this journey with you guys. But for those of you, we've got 55 people watching so far. If you're watching you could be watching on IMUTV.tv. You could be watching on Rumble, Facebook, X, or YouTube, or Twitch. Come over into the YouTube chat. Please, if you're not following our channel, please do that. You can also follow us on IMUTV.tv now too, which you're going to tell us all about that as well. But we do have 56 people watching, and that is pretty darn cool. But for the audience that doesn't know who IMUTV or who Niall Cottrell and James Fitzzzy, I thought I would have you introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, and then we'll get to the creation of IMUTV and kind of move on into the rest of the interview. So if you want to start, Niall, please introduce yourself. Let everybody know who you are.
Yeah, thank you, Melissa. Yeah, so I'm Niall Cottrell, one of the founding members at IMU. Just your typical average Joe, nothing too special about myself. Just your typical XRPL degen, big XRPL advocate now in the community for the last, I don't know, 5-6 years or so. Sort of working my way up throughout that time, throughout different XRPL projects, and then eventually landing in the music scene side of the XRPL a good few, about 3-4 years ago now. And ever since there, things have just absolutely taken off to where we are today. So it's been a hell of an exciting journey. And obviously now we're introducing industry first tech, industry first innovation. Doing it with my brother Fitzzzy down there, my brother Rob, who's not here today. But yeah, it's been an absolute blast. But yeah, just your typical average Joe, helping redefine how entertainment is on the ledger.
I love it. Well, yeah, I would not describe you as an average regular Joe, but I'll let you say that. Welcome to Dip a Toe. Thank you so much for coming. James Fitzzzy, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, I'm just an average Joe. Come on, Niall, get the hell out of here with that. Come on, man, Mr. Humble over there, get out of here. So, I'm Fitzzzy, or James Fitzzzy, if you want to say. However, I have been around music, entertainment for about 30 years, in and out of it at some pretty high levels, pretty low levels. I'm a business guy. I'm a musician. I get lost in the sound, lost in the Twitch. And, when I met these guys, that was it. This is, it's like there were so many like connections, things like connected right away with Niall. It was easy. I think it's been almost 5 years now. Rob too, it's like met Rob, and like, when we say by artists for artists, it's because we are all artists in our own way. Rob and I both, along the music industry, had some bad things happen, some great things happen for both of us. But what I can say is, when we started talking about all this years ago, it was just a pipe dream, right? It was a pipe dream. And it was, what can we do to do anything? And then I stepped away. I came back. Rob had started IMUTV. You had, Niall had launched Protectors. They came together. I came back in on Niall's birthday last year. And it's like, I blink my eyes and I don't realize it's already been a year. But anyways, I've been a writer, a ghost writer, a producer, or for hire, a ghost producer. I've released my own music, written books, screenplays, all that good stuff. So that's me.
Man, I want to give a shout out. Mr. Rob Nichols is in the house, in the chat, you guys. So you do. He's got there. He's in there. Hello, Rob. We love you. We miss you. I was hoping to have you on with him, but we'll get you on next time. And he is another one part of the team that is just incredible. The music that he puts out, his forethought, he brings the community together, and he has a great spirit about him. And we love Rob Nichols. IMUTV. You're saying that it was just a pipe dream when it started, but man, it's really taken off. It's something that was really needed in the digital asset space. There were others that had tried to get into this markets, if you will, but they didn't do so well. Some of them didn't do so well, but you guys are actually taking this to a whole nother level. And I want to give hats off to you, Fitzzzy and Rob, for your educational series. You guys have a show. I guess it frequencies. What is it? Frequencies.
Amplified. Yeah.
Frequencies
amplified.
Man, the education that you provide to these artists, these independent artists, is just, it's unmatched. You bring up things that folks don't know, they don't understand, and you break it down in an easy to understand way. And so I highly encourage everybody to go back and watch all of those previous episodes, particularly if you are an independent artist. It's an incredible leg up for yourself. So very excited about that.
Thank you for that. And it's important. And we talk about this a lot, like, with what we did there, yes, it was originally based on music, right? And entertainment. And I think Niall and I were talking a few weeks ago, and even somebody else, I was like, there is so much more to it though than it's not just music. It cross-pollinates across other platforms too. So yeah, go listen to it. It's awesome.
It's fantastic. I highly recommend it. So let's cut to the chase. For those viewers, there's 65 of you in here now. Some of you might not be familiar with IMUTV. Let's talk a little bit about IMUTV, how it came about, and what the original vision was. You have the IMU protectors. There's a whole ecosystem that you guys have built that is pretty incredible. Utilizing the XRP Ledger, because a lot of folks that watch this Dip a Toe show, they are fans of the XRP Ledger. And, there's a lot of builders on the XRP Ledger, but you guys, your project is very unique compared to a lot of others that are on the Ledger. And in fact, it was so unique and so awesome that you guys won, was it second place in the first ever XRP Las Vegas Shark Tank. And you've come a long way in that year.
Yeah, since that year alone, what a journey it's been, what a journey. And even you say, sort of going back to the roots of IMU, I wish Rob was here to talk about his sort of dream and the vision, how it comes to him in terms of that original IMU concept. But even going back before that, and the conversations all three of us have had over the years, just about the issues with the entertainment industry, even with adopting the blockchain space, do you know what I mean, with the NFT technology and whatnot. And releasing music as digital collectibles. So a lot of it has just sort of stemmed from that. And then, yeah, we got IM, because let's be honest, a massive issue, even in the NFT space, let alone for independent artists, but it's users. We need users in this space, and IMU it's got the potential to be a real powerhouse in terms of being that global broadcasting network with the reach that we've got, the platforms we're accessible on, and that's users that have never touched Web3 and the stuff that we're doing with your show, getting education out there. Do you know what I mean? Just getting the experiences out there, even tutorials of what we're going to be doing today. We need those users, and what we're doing with IMU allows us that broadcasting ability to touch people that would never be touched within this Web3 space for decades to come. Let's be honest with ourselves in terms of the adoption rate and whatnot. They just wouldn't be here for ages. So yeah, it really gives us that power and ability to expand. Fitzzzy, I don't know if you want to touch on anything other than that, but yeah, I really wanted to focus on that, and just in the ability to bring in users, do you know what I mean, in terms of the Web3 aspect of everything. But
no, for sure. I mean, I second all that. I think that, if you look at the true launch, and I don't want to speak for Rob, but hearing him say it a lot of times, like when he originally started IMUTV, it was a place for musicians to be able to put their music out, like uninterrupted, like without being shelved, and for discovery. just a whole new place for independent artists to go and whatnot. And then of course, then Protectors came in and all that went. And I think that vision has grown, exponentially over this last year. I think places that we didn't even think that we were going, or if we had thought about where we're going, they were actually in that plan of 2027, early 2028, like, in this full structure. But it really is a place of discovery, introduction, and cross platforming from Web 2 to Web 3, both ways, so that not only can we bring those users and those new wallets that we need on the ledger for every single one of us, not just IMU, but every single one of us. We have to have that, to grow. And this is a perfect outlet for, discovery, bringing musicians in, that jumping on the Dipito show and all the other shows that we have, and other amazing, other great people that are coming on board. And so yeah, it's been fun.
Let's talk about that for 1 second here. Well, maybe a little longer than 1 second. Music crosses barriers, age barrier, taste barrier, economic barrier, all of those things. Music touches the soul in different ways in different people. And using music as a catalyst for bringing users into the XRP ledger, or just crypto in general, right? Digital assets in general, new age, Web 3, whatever you want to call it, getting people inspired to look a little bit deeper is really important. Because like you said, when you bring someone in because of music or film or shows like Dipito Show, they decide to open up a wallet, that opens up a whole avenue of options for all of these other projects. Like I saw TextRP is in the house tonight, building a better way to communicate on social media and having all the messages go to one app instead of all of these crazy apps that all these things where you're trying to message each other, whether it's Facebook or Twitter or Discord or whatever, bringing them all into one. And that's on the XRP Ledger. You put more eyes on those types of things through music, through shows like Dipito, through movies. We're going to talk about that even, and the reach that you guys are obtaining, the 47 countries so far, being able to download IMUTV or app right onto your television, you're going to run across people that they didn't have any of this on their radar whatsoever. And not only are you bringing them unique music that they've never heard before from independent artists, you're bringing them shows like Dipito Show in front of their eyes. And they might not have considered learning about any of this until coming across. So what you are doing for this entire ecosystem, in my view, is huge. It's absolutely huge. And it's not taken lightly by me or anybody that's in this chat right now. So again, like, hats off to you. And it is really important to also mention, those of you who aren't familiar with IMUTV and Niall and Fitzzzy and Rob, they have a genuine desire to educate the public, particularly the independent artists, on how to be self-sovereign when it comes to being an independent artist. How do you cut out that middleman that's been taking all the money from you? This is very important for people to understand, and the education and the community that you're going to get through joining IMUTV is very underestimated, understated. And again, I just want to hats off to you guys on that. So IMUTV started off as what? Describe your ecosystem what the original vision was, what you built. I will say this, Niall, I've said this before on the show. I never looked into NFT before in my life until you said, "Hey, Melissa, are you interested in being a protector?" And I'm like, "What the heck is a protector?" And then boom, you cast out that fishing line and you reeled me in, and I've been a believer ever since. So you want to touch on that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, even just going back to what IMUTV is, that global broadcasting network, and what it was originally envisioned for was to be an MTV, to replace MTV, and ironically that went down not too long ago in a lot of places, in a lot of countries. So yeah, it was that independent music video channel platform that we wanted to provide, and give a platform for independent artists to be able to get on TV without barriers, breaking down those barriers to get seen and heard on TV all over the world. But even that itself, the vision for IMUTV in the last 18 months to 24 months has just grown exponentially month on month, if not week on week at this point. Because even like you say, now we're incorporating all independent entertainment. It's not just that music platform. While we do have that core focus and heart for independent music, and we always will do, we are opening the gates to every form of entertainment, whether it's like you say, educational content with the Web3 stuff, gaming side of things with the XRPL game show and the Schmeckles Marbles, do you know what I mean, and the community events, all sorts, with sports, if you can think of independent sports and stuff, like if we can broadcast anything. So the potential of what we can do with IMUTV is just limitless now. It really is limitless. And especially when you incorporate all of the XRPL technology that's involved and the innovation involved with that, we're light years ahead of where we expected the IMUTV platform itself to be, let alone the whole IMU ecosystem, but just the IMUTV platform, miles ahead. And it's just growing and growing. Even the vision still, yeah, you can never have a perfect platform, and yeah, if we just keep growing.
It's fantastic. Fitzy, what say you?
No, I mean, this is why not everybody's built to be a builder, right? Because it's hard. It is flipping hard. We have a great team. We have great minds. We have great community. You know, we have a lot of good pushback, which is needed. I guess for me, the biggest thing is creating a space for all independent creatives to be able to like drive their traffic there and have an ecosystem where they can actually create that super fan era that we have moved into. And let's not be real, like that is here. You have the big boys. You have UMG that just bought God dang, I forget the name of it, but they are about that super fan. They're a super fan platform, but it's going to be for their higher end artists, right? So they know it's going to super fans. So many people are now, you know, not releasing worldwide anymore, like through their normal DSP, so that, you know, you're driving people there. And like, it's amazing. I had a conversation with another streamer the other night, and that's what they're utilizing. It's like, okay, well, they're like, we're cutting off this platform, and here it is, because I could drive everybody to my channel on IMUTV. I can put things behind paywall. I can use it as my Patreon and all that other thing. And you know, it's a hard deal to be in, but it's an amazing time. And you know, I can't believe where we've come from Vegas last year to this year. Because when I go back and look at the website from last year, right? Which, you know what, everyone
had awesome last year.
No, right. Well, when you bootstrap, like when you have to bootstrap something from the beginning, you do what you have to do to get started. Yep. Right? That's the biggest thing, is to start. And that's what happened. And then it was like this progression of like everything that's been built, and then everything that's been talked about, everything that's finally coming to fruition. It is absolutely mind-blowing, exciting. It's scary, not really scary, but it's like we are going into uncharted territory for as an entire platform. Like there's really not much out there like us. There are things like us in individual layers, right? In its own individual capacity, but not from what I've seen, and I'm not saying there's not, but from what I see, when you tie in IMUTV, IMCollectibles that's coming out, and IMUP3 with token gated, with with fiat and XRPL tokens, there's nothing like it. And it's just continue to execute, provide a good product, but continue to do the right thing. And I feel like that's what we're trying to do. So.
Matt, I'll tell you what, the fan experience, what you're talking about, and what I know you've built, we're going to get to all of that, guys. I know we're a half hour into the show. I just want you guys to understand how freaking awesome IMUTV.tv is. It the opportunity that it's offering to these independent artists. I've been a super fan a time or two. Let me tell you. And if and even with indie bands, right? Even with indie bands, I've traveled to see them. I've watched them grow big. Like I sat right in front of Imagine Dragons. You guys know Imagine Dragons? I was literally like 5 feet from them in a very small venue, telling them afterwards, you guys are going to be so huge, right? A ton of ex-ambassadors, same thing. Like and super fan, right? If they had been, had the benefit of an IMUTV independent artistry when they were coming out, when they were first starting, they could have built their own fan bases easily, made the money themselves, and had a super fan experience with, and people would eat it up like crazy. People are going to eat this up. And the artists that you already have on IMUTV are phenomenal. And there's only going to be more. And so I'm super excited for the direction that you guys are going. And before we get to the main topic at hand, I do want you to talk just a tad bit about your IM protectors and your ecosystem for a decentralized way for people to come into the IMUTV ecosystem. How can they be supporters? And as a protector, I am part of that. So if you could just explain that for the audience, and then we'll move on to the topic at hand.
Yeah, thank you. And just to summarize for those, if anyone does have any outstanding questions for IMUTV, that is our global broadcasting app. You can find us online at imutv.tv, but we do also have our apps available currently on the Play Store. The iOS is currently in build at the moment, and it is also available on Roku, Fire TV, Google TV, and Android TV at the moment. So you can get it on pretty much virtually any TV, smart TV device right now, and pretty much any Android mobile device. So download the IMUTV app, check it out. The mobile app is probably the cleanest experience right now. Some cool little features have been released on there. So if you do download the app store, please give us a 5-star rating and review on whichever platform you do. It would be a massive help. But yeah, just real quickly on the protectors, they are the mascots to the IMU ecosystem, our blue aliens, the protectors of the frequencies, the protectors of the ledger, and the guardians of the frequencies. We've got an array of collections now. I think there's 5 collections in total, including the fire pit ones, which aren't available to purchase, but only through burn to earn. I won't go too deep into it because there is an array of rewards and utility attached and behind the protectors, currently on their own site, but they're going to be migrating to the new site that we're going to be revealing today. So we may be able to even show you some of the features of the protector NFTs later in the show, in terms of the daily claims, the in-game rewards, and things like that. So there's a bulk load of stuff to them, along with token gated access to all exclusive IMU events, which were being held monthly, now gone to sort of every 6 months or so. We're going to try and plan them and plan big. star-studded, proper concerts to show everyone. But they'll now be broadcasting on TV as well, with the Protector NFTs granting you exclusive access to the IMU protected channel on our app. So yeah, token gated access directly on TV through the Protector NFT holders. But yeah, long story short, they are the mascots to our ecosystem, coming with a bulk load of utilities and rewards, and pretty much not available to mint anywhere apart from the new site that's coming out. So yeah, we'll show that as well, if you can mint them directly off the new site.
Absolutely fantastic. Yeah, those are NFTs for those of you who don't know, that are just dipping their toe running across the show. The protectors are the NFTs, and it is a way for you to participate in IMUTV's ecosystem, and it's very exciting. Now, so there's 121 folks watching this evening. You guys, this is incredible. There's so many people. Oh my gosh. Wow. 68J's in the house, guys. Shout out to Melissa, my guy Niall and Fitzzzy, greatest family on planet Earth. 68J has crypto for life. He is also one of the channels that is on IMUTV. Big supporter of the Dipito Show, and we love you. Thank you so much, James, for coming tonight. Really, really appreciate it. And gave us a super sticker. We love you. Thank you so much. All right. So you stumbled upon something the other day, and you did a show on it. You had a space on it. It shook some people up in regards to NFTs. A lot of folks, particularly independent artists, they've been minting music, their artwork, and all of those things on these different platforms that are available. And we've all been quite happy with them. Very exciting. It's dipping our toes into NFTs and the XRP Ledger and other blockchains. People are minting NFTs. But there's a problem with some of that, isn't there? What we thought was true actually turns out to not be so true. And so I would love for you to talk about what you've discovered, and then we'll move on to the solution.
Hey, you know what? It's been an exciting few years in the NFT space with music NFTs and fine digital art and fine art NFTs coming, and the whole movement. Unfortunately, the standards were set completely backwards, leaving all of the artists exposed and leaving collectors with no real exclusivity. And let me stress before we get into this, this isn't just an XRPL issue. This is genuinely blockchain wide. Every blockchain which is minting NFTs faces the same issue. And it's the way the platforms on how artists are creating and minting these NFTs actually handles and manages the master files for that media. The master files and the media is the bread and butter to media NFTs, full stop. Whether it's art, music, film, the master file, the artwork, the music file, the music video, the film file, that is the bread and butter to that NFT. And we think we're fractionalizing and tokenizing the entertainment industry right now, but we're not, because the standards that's in place and how marketplace, or the majority of marketplaces handle NFT creations, is uploading and pinning those master files to public storage. Now, the moment that's done, and this is usually IPFS, the moment that is done, the file's completely accessible and even downloadable without ownership of that NFT. It's just completely free for everyone. So for in terms of purchase it, or in terms of the exclusivity of the media in that NFT, there is none. There is none whatsoever, because anyone can go and access it. Anyone can go and even download the master file and do what they want with it. So even in the privacy concerns there, do you know what I mean? You can't even really claim on piracy claims, because you're just essentially giving it out for free. They're not screen recording it. They're not getting a debugged version of it or anything. It's just you're giving it away for free. The moment that's pinned, the moment that NFT is minted. So it is a major issue. It's leaving the artist's work exposed. It's leaving collectors with no exclusivity, and unfortunately, it is the standard adopted by virtually every marketplace out there. What I will say for any of the sort of coders in the room that's listening and watching back, even encryption doesn't solve this with IPFS, because the problem with some platforms do take the encrypted files on IPFS method, but the master file is still on IPFS. It's still on public storage. So the moment that encryption is broken and leaked, that file's completely accessible. So again, encryption isn't the answer there. We did come up with a solution, and I will say that was a gut punch. That was a gut punch, because it's a major realization on the actual value of how we perceive media, NFTs today, digital art, fine art, music. We've got to have a massive shift in the whole perception of what this is. And that is where we're going with IMC, which is our solution, the third platform to our ecosystem, or the second one that we're actually releasing. IMC, IMCollectibles. We are genuinely tokenizing and fractionalizing access to entertainment. Now, we just spoke about the IPFS issues. We take a dual asset minting approach, where the master file is protected. That's stored securely offline, not on public storage. Only a 29 for music, for example, only a 29-second previews on the public storage for marketing and brand awareness sort of thing. For artwork, it'd be a low resolution watermark version of the art. Do you know what I mean? And full master access unwatermarked versions protected offline. And only available to the NFT holders. So we have built the solution. Artist work on our platform are protected. They're not stored on public storage for anyone to download. No one who doesn't own the NFT can actually view the full master file in all its glory. They only get the little preview that's uploaded. So yeah, artists are protected and collectors get genuine exclusivity. And before I end this little rabbit hole, because I actually kind of like the fact that we recapped IMUTV at the start of the show and everything, because it is important. It's more important than we realize. It's not just another marketplace. Any other marketplace can do this swap out on the back end and take the dual asset approach and start protecting artists. And I hope marketplaces do, in protection for the artists. But they don't have the ability to broadcast and have token gated access across the ecosystem that we have with our apps across on Google TV, Android TV, Roku, Fire, the Google Play Store, coming to iOS. When you mint and access NFT, the NFT owners don't only get exclusive access to it on IMCollectibles, but through every app through the IMU ecosystem, whether it's IMUP3 or IMUTV. So one universal account through those two apps, just connect your Xamarin wallet, and if you won't access NFTs, you get exclusive access. So we've built a game changer, because it isn't just exclusive access on a website. It's exclusive access on TV, on mobile apps, able to put into custom playlists and all of this sort of stuff. I don't know if there's anything Fitzzzy you want to add, or if Melissa you've got, but I know we're going to be sort of showcasing it and doing a live mint. But yeah, go on, Melissa.
I want to circle back to the issue, to the problem. For those of you who don't know, there's 129 people in here. I'm a layman at all of this stuff. Okay. As you well know, and those of you who watch Dipito, I've dabbled. I have a token in the works. I have some NFTs in the works, doing some practice runs with all of that. And one of the platforms, one of the major platforms that I minted my trial my trial NFT for those of you who don't believe or don't understand what Niall was talking about. And as a layman person, I was able to find this and discover this myself. I didn't understand the gravity of what we found. But when I created my collection, I named it Test. And I created it successfully. I shared it with my friends, my good friend Amanda, Optimistic Prime. I sent it to her in the evening. The next morning, I said, like, hey, did you see it? It's pretty awesome. She said, it's not there. I said, yes, it is. She said, no, it's not. And I said, yes, it is. No, it's not. And basically she said, well, I see your little guy, but I don't see your song. Like, it's not there. And I'm like, well, it totally minted correctly with my song and my little guy and all the things. And so we went on a little mission to figure out what the hell happened. And it come to find out, the platform that I had minted on deleted my collection because I named it test, which I will fight back and say, I don't give a shit what I named it. You had no right to delete my collection. Maybe that was the name of my collection was test. You know what I mean? But I'll give it to them the fact that it was an accident. It was human error. A human deleted my collection. When they deleted my collection, it broke the NFT that I had up, right? On their platform, the one I was sharing with the people. However, Opti and I started doing a little digging, and I had heard about IPFS files in the past, didn't really understand what they were. So, of course, I had to dig. And through going through the metadata and all of the things, it took me to that IPFS file. And guess what? It was all there, intact, fully. My little guy, my little song. I could download it. Didn't need to be logged into my wallet whatsoever. I was able to do it. And I thought, this is interesting. So what did Melissa do as a researcher? I wonder if I can go and download other people's NFTs and songs, right? Without being an owner. And I did the exact same thing that I did with my own NFT. I traced it back to the to the IPFS file. And if I had wanted to, I could have downloaded not only the artwork, but the song. And I thought, well, this is a problem. This doesn't seem right. And then, I don't know anything about it. Start talking to you and you're like, there's a big problem with this, Melissa. And I'm like, this is very interesting. So for all of you who don't really realize this, yeah, it is true. Are the average person going to go to this level and go and try to do that? Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? But if you're marketing something as an exclusive and ownership, and I'm buying an NFT because I want your song and I want to download it, but someone else can go and download that for free, do I really own it? Or is it just put online? We love the blockchain. We love decentralization, right? I mean, that is the objective. However, when it comes to your work and selling of something, do you want everyone to have free access of it? So that's my experience with it, guys.
Well, I gotta say, and I think I said this on the show, but I questioned this 4.5 years ago, actually, to Niall. I'm like, where is it? Because it wasn't about my music at the time. It was about Milk's art, like some of her fine art stuff.
Right.
And, and not that things can't be found, right? Let's just forget about it. You have to decide what you want to do with your art, and it's okay what you do with it. If you want to put it out there for everybody to have it, that's cool, right? No harm, no foul. But if you are trying to protect that stuff, right? I started questioning, and that's why Milk actually never once minted a piece of her fine art, because she didn't know. There wasn't, you get that feeling. And then to come up and to figure this out, several months ago, 3 or 4 months ago, whatever it was a kick in the gut. And it is a reason, because now, of course, now that I start going into the back channels, there's a reason why people won't come here, because there are bigger industry people that understand the process, right? But that they won't come if there's not a solution. There's no way, right? Because at the end of the day, right, first and foremost, I'm an artist, right? I made my living off of music and then off of title insurance and legal stuff. I want to get paid for my work. And, you know, and the whole tokenization part of it, right? For me, the NFT was, it's like a CD, right? It's like a CD. You can look at it, but when you buy it, it's your CD and no one else can grab it. And I got paid for it. Well, as we start to bring more and more consumers on, more and more wallets on, well, this goes around. Well, you know, while I will say there is a massive support inside the community, and I think, you know, I still buy NFTs from people in the community, music, art, all that. And no matter where they mint it, whether it's on any other place, I'm still going to support.
100%.
But the problem is we got to look beyond that, because as we grow and grow and grow, not everyone's going to do that. Right. And we have to have a place where everyone can get paid for their work, for their art. It's the right thing to do. It's the fair thing to do. Again, that's how I made my living, you know, and I don't want to give it away for free. Like, there are things I give away for free, right? I don't care about. There's certain things you just don't care about, but there's certain pieces you don't. So this was a big thing, right? This was a big thing for, you know, I was crushed the day that he called me. I'm like, man, I told you, I knew it. I knew something was up, man. I knew something was up. But it was, and it's like, okay, well, like after you got done sulking for a few minutes, okay, well, what can we do? And here it is.
And here comes the chef.
Yeah, right. Well, that's it. That's it. After about, you know, 30 hours of, you know, of just brainstorming, yeah, the chef out came on, and here we go.
Well, and here's one thing I want to say too, guys. All of you that are part of IMUTV, you and Niall and Rob Nichols, you all have experience in the music industry. You understand the ins and outs of it, the legalities that are involved, the copyright issues that are involved. Niall takes it to a whole nother level of deep diving into the structural issues, things that need to be done in order to protect yourself, right? And so, you know, mad respect for that, because you are trying to build something that is going to last forever. Okay, you're in my viewpoint, you are building something, like you said, these really bigger artists they won't touch it yet. And I want to just also say, Milk is a dipper-toer. Milk is a dipper-toer, right? That's why I haven't done my NFTs yet, because I have questions, right? And until I'm comfortable, I don't do things. I practice, I do things. And that's a good way to go about things. It's also really good for all of the people that have already done this, minted. They've learned about it, because I often say we're the beta testers of this industry, that you know, this whole ecosystem, we're the beta testers of it. And it takes people like yourselves that recognize a problem and figure out how we're going to solve it. And then, like I said, you guys have such a bigger view about where you're wanting to go with IMUTV, and giving real opportunity to these independent artists from the floor, from the ground up. So I'm really excited to hear more about what you've built. I think we've established why it's necessary.
One more thing before we move on from this, because you did actually mention something revolving around the issue, because it's not just the fact that it's publicly available and downloadable, but you mentioned something critical about the NFT being disconnected and sort of just shutting down, essentially. Now, this has happened when marketplaces go down. Those NFTs essentially become disconnected. The media becomes disconnected to the NFT itself, that digital asset. Again, what are we collecting and purchasing? If we're talking about true fine art, music NFTs, film NFTs, what are we truly owning if it just disconnects completely? Because, again, not just an issue with the marketplaces going down. What I will say, XRPL, what's the dynamic NFTs, dynamic NFTs is a massive solution for that, is a massive improvement, because it will allow that IPFS or the metadata to be updated, essentially, so that disconnected file could essentially be reconnected. But you still need the UI and the platform to manage that dynamic NFT. But if a marketplace does go down and those NFTs are disconnected, no marketplaces right now, or very little, actually capture true industry standard metadata for that media, whether it's music, whether it's film, whether it's fine art. So that again is another one. If it ever becomes disconnected and you've got no true real metadata there pointing it to an industry file, essentially, again, you just got to question. Us as collectors have got to question what we're purchasing, and artists releasing these NFTs need to really question what they're releasing when they go the public route, essentially. So yeah, I just want to stress that it's not just the access and the download. It is much more deeper issues with disconnecting of the NFTs and everything like that.
Yeah, it's very. I mean, it was an accident, but my collection was deleted. You know. And it wasn't by my own doing, and so I mean that is something as well. You're going to spend. I've watched my friends create mints, optimistic prime, bingo, you name it, working hard yourself, Niall, creating these fantastic NFTs and not actually having true ownership or control over your work is kind of scary. I mean, at the end of the day, depending on how serious you really are, if you're just dipping a toe and you're learning, it's totally fine. But if you are like, you're wanting to make a living out of this, you need to actually have a platform that you're going to be able to know that whoever's buying your product that you're producing, they're actually going to be the owner, and that not every Tom, Dick, and Harry is going to be able to just download it for free, So hats off to you for recognizing the problem and building something that addresses it, which I've seen, and it's pretty darn exciting. You guys want to go into all of the cool stuff that you built?
Fitzzzy, are you ready to create a music access NFT?
Yeah, I guess
show
so.
What the process is like.
This is the first. Just so y'all know, this is the first music NFT I've put out since in like 4 years. I mean, I've only done one. I think that was like 4 years ago, maybe 4.5 years ago. So yeah, let's run. Let's go.
I just want to say it's another Dip a Toe exclusive, guys. Just saying. Let's go.
I think this would be best to actually go through a mint and show people what it's like to create an NFT, to give them that sort of visual, give them that visual view of it all, for the flow of it all, because it is it's another typical NFT marketplace. Like IMCollectibles is another XRPL marketplace for entertainment collectibles, for tokenizing of access to media. So yeah, it's just got all the normal bells and whistles what a marketplace would have. I think we show a mint and then potentially show a lot of the other features that are tied into the marketplace as well, because it does correlate to mint management and everything like that as well. And they'll see a lot of the cool stuff that's implemented with the mint creation flow as well.
I'm excited.
All right.
Let me know when you're ready.
All right, so you ready me to bring a screen on? Okay.
Yep, share your screen and I'll bring her up.
All right.
Let's add this to the stage. I want to make us little down here. Well, is it better this way? Let me see. Is it better this way, guys, or would you rather see it like this?
I don't care.
I want to see what the chat says, because I thought this way would be bigger. Option 1 or 2, audience. I can change it. Do not sign any non-terma or agreements. I don't know what that is. Okay. We're going to keep it like this. The floor is yours.
All right. You want to walk me through now?
Yeah, before we do, just stay there a minute, Fitzzzy, because I literally just looked down at the chat and I noticed I did see Opti's question about what if our platform goes down, in terms of talking about marketplaces going down and those collections being disconnected, essentially. Well, with us, if we were to go down, with the infrastructure we have built, someone could essentially take over that and those master files could be migrated and reconnected. So while the public previews may become disconnected, the master files and that token gated access could be maintained with the way we've built our infrastructure. That could just be taken over. So yeah, that's there's no risk, or if we go down, we would need someone to take over. But yeah, that we have got that ability for those master files to live on beyond us going down. So I just wanted to get that cleared
one
off.
last thing. She asked about selling on other marketplaces, or are they just stuck doing all this on IMUTV?
Yeah, just like any NFT, any NFT, you can they'll show up on other marketplaces. You can trade them on secondary over there. They won't be able to mint them on other marketplaces, but they'll be able to trade them on secondary. Yes, for sure. And the way we've done it with the public previews, which we'll see in here with the dual asset minting approach, the public preview will be displayed as the NFT image, or the audio file or the film, not the full master file. So yeah, let's get into it, Fitzzzy. So
right.
just to give people a quick update, so you've actually already signed into the account, signed into the marketplace here, and you've already accepted the terms and conditions. No, you're good. I just want to let people know. So when you first connect your account, you'll see a little terms and conditions pop-up box come. You can obviously read the terms and conditions there, but then just agree to accept, and then you gain access to the marketplace and all its features. So yeah, Fitzzzy, go ahead to the top right corner, the hamburger menu, and then in that bar you'll see the create an NFT. Yeah, just go straight ahead to that, and we'll follow through. What I do want, if you can just scroll up, I just want to make a quick comment on that little authorized mint section, Fitzzzy. So right here, Fitzzy's already done this, as we've done it for some tutorials that we was doing prior to this show. But you have to set us as the authorized minter. Now, when minting with marketplaces, most marketplaces will ask you to do this. They'll ask you to set them as the authorized minter, so they can create NFTs on your behalf as the artist, where you remain as the NFT issuer. But just to stress, you can only have one authorized minter at one time. So if, for example, you have still got outstanding mints to be minted out over on XRP Cafe, I would strongly recommend creating a new wallet for the IMC platform and then setting us as your authorized minter on the new wallet. This way your existing mints on Cafe won't get disturbed, and then you can go ahead and create new collections on our marketplace.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, for sure, Melissa.
So you're authorizing you guys to be the minter. Does that give you any legal rights to the NFTs that they're creating themselves?
No, that's a Ledger protocol. It just allows us as a marketplace to mint those NFTs on your behalf. In the metadata, you remain as the NFT issuer. This just allows mint on demand, so you as an artist don't have to sit there and sign for all the transactions to create the NFTs and sell them. This will just allow us to mint the NFTs upon someone purchasing it.
Perfect. I just wanted to clarify that for folks that didn't know, because you're already kind of doing that with these other platforms. You have to allow them to mint it for you. All right, perfect.
Correct, yeah. So yeah, now that's out of the way, and yeah, just to recommend. So I would strongly recommend anyway, create an IMC wallet for the IMC mints, and it would be just good wallet management at that point. But your typical create a collection page, first of all, before creating an NFT, create a collection for that to live in. So Fitzzzy, go ahead with the collection name, taxon, and the collection description, along with the collection image. Just for those who are unaware with the taxon is literally just a collection ID, a unique identifier for that collection, that will identify which are the NFTs that live in that collection. So it doesn't essentially mean anything. If you've got any numbers that you want, if you're into your numerology or anything like that, and you've got something that means something to you in relation to that collection, go with it. Or you can just go sequential 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as you create new collections. But yeah, that's just a unique ID.
Okay, so then going down here to put a description down, right?
Correct. Yeah. Go ahead with fill out all that information for the collection, and then create collection.
Don't I got to do the cover, right?
Yeah, the collection cover, the image as well. That's going to be
and then just
standard
create.
one, yeah. Yep, you're good. And then, so yeah, just to show people here, we've got 4 different mint flows: music video, art, and film. So whichever one you go for, obviously capturing relevant metadata for that, and offering different flows for the master files and whatnot. So yeah, Fitzzzy, go ahead with the route that you want to go with, bro.
Just music, right?
Yeah, if that's what you want to mint, yeah, man, for sure.
I guess, yeah.
And while you start filling this out, man, this is your typical NFT mint page. In all honesty, this is what you'll see on most other marketplaces. Creating the NFT name, the NFT description. We've got a little streaming box there, which people will see as Fitzzzy gets down to it. That basically is just ticking that you give streaming rights, which allows us to broadcast that NFT across IMUTV and IMUP3 to that owner. You've got the explicit content selector. If there is any explicit content, you can tick that there and make it known. And then the traits, your typical traits, what you'd see on marketplaces. Yeah, we've got some suggestions there to help, but this can be, yeah, you can get creative with these, have rarity traits, all sorts. Fitzzzy, I know we spoke about some prior to the show.
Yeah,
if you want to get the generic ones in this one.
Yeah.
And what I will say to this, if you are looking at doing multiple artwork, for example, for a music, and you've got multiple covers for the artwork, you can have artwork specific traits as well. But that step is later on when you upload the art files, and that's where you can add art specific traits.
All right.
I can't see too. Oh no,
that's all right. All right.
And then obviously, yeah, we've got an AI disclosure section as well, which Fitzzzy, if you just hit yes on that, just to show them what fields are relevant for that. So yeah, we've got the what platform was used, the date the AI track was, or the date it was created, and the AI elements and the human elements involved. All of that's required to be filled out if AI was used. You might want to tick that back no, by the way.
Yeah.
And what I will say here, so this is at this point, if your music isn't registered or licensed or whatever, you could just hit next, stay with no, hit next, and it will take you to the file uploads where you upload the master files, the previews, and the artwork. Fitzzzy has obviously got his music registered, so we're actually going to go through this and just showcase how we're capturing the extended metadata, the industry standard metadata, to relate the music file to the NFT asset itself. So yeah, Fitzzzy, I mean, I'm actually going to let you sort of take it away here if you can multitask like that. But I mean, in all honesty, this is just the generic music metadata that you'd expect at any distributor, correct?
Yeah. So this is any kind. This is a lot of this stuff in here. Not everything, but most of this, the metadata you're going to fill in is the same metadata you're going to fill in with a DSP when you release. And so if you're doing music, this is the same thing you're doing. So just at that time, copy and paste it, put it in however it is. And there is a reason for that, because not only is it the NFT side, but when these NFTs actually are played on IMUP3 and IMUTV, they are going to be, not only are you getting paid for the NFT, but they are going to be submitted to the PROs, the MLC, and things like that as well. So, and that is one of the reasons to do it, because of the tracking part. So
there is a question. What happens if you select yes, AI was used in creation?
That it's just for transparency, so it will go into the metadata that AI was used on this track, and it is just for complete transparency. So yeah, like your users, essentially owners, could look up the metadata and see that, essentially, do you know what I mean, that it was AI was involved in it. So yeah, just for complete transparency around everything, especially as we're doing music videos, films, music and fine art. Do you know what I mean? We want that transparency there.
Absolutely. And Slim to Boss says that save a draft though. That's huge. I know, Slim. It's so huge. When you guys actually are able to play around with us, you're gonna be just blown away. Continue.
Yeah, so what I did see that I was going to make a comment on that. So you can actually save as draft. One of those three buttons down there at the bottom, you've got previous, next, or save as draft. So you can save your creation progress as you're going through it, and then come back to it at a later point. It won't save the files uploaded in the last stage, but it will save the traits and everything and all this information that you're putting in. So you just have to come back, re-upload the files, and then you're good to submit. So really cool feature. Not many have that, and it can save a lot of time and hassle. And big shout out to Melissa. Big shout out to you for that suggestion.
I love it. I'm so excited about it, you guys. Everybody, there's 160 people watching right now, you guys. Please share this out. This is fantastic. Fitzzzy is doing a walkthrough on creating his new NFT, music NFT on the new IMCollectibles website. Let's go.
And this is going to be one of those things for you guys out there that do music. So if you're not part of a PRO when you're filling this out, you do have to use your name, your real name, right, in the metadata. If you are registered with a PRO, then you can use your artist name because your BMI work goes back to your real name held inside of BMI. So if you're not registered with, and I'm not, and I'll say this too, like if you're an artist and you're not registered anywhere, go to ASCAP. It's free for a publisher and for a writer. So there you go. There's reasons people use BMI and whatnot, but do your thing. So, all right.
Hey, Fitzy, one more on that. Yep. And if they haven't, hey, what you're doing, go back through the Frequencies Amplified series, get that knowledge elevated. Yeah. So much alpha was dropped in there in terms of getting everything in place. So to make sure you're monetizing on every aspect you can as an artist. So yeah, great shout on that.
Yeah. All right.
So yeah, bear with us. But as people can see, as he's going through this, it gives the opportunity to capture proper industry standard metadata to connect the master file to the NFT itself. So for those artists who are registering and licensing their music, yeah, make sure you take the extra 5-10 minutes just to fill this out. And truly tokenize the access to your music. Because that's one thing I will say with this, and we spoke about this earlier, but the access follows the token, not the person. So the person can go and do what they want with it. They can go and sell it, but they lose access the moment they sell that NFT, and that access follows that new person. So as long as the artist isn't releasing that music or whatever on other streaming platforms free of charge, that is true exclusive access, which you just cannot beat.
Well, I mean, for the person that's buying the NFT that wants to turn around and sell it, they're actually selling something of real value now.
Mm-hmm. And I want to break up before I go to the next page here and I blow through here, but there are opportunities for artists to do certain things. I see here remix rights, sync licensing, commercial use, right? You could do a 101 for sync off of that NFT if you wanted to, and put the price up there, right? So there are all these different options now that you can set as permission granted to the NFT holders on here. So
it's fantastic.
All right.
Again, just putting it in black and white for users what they are getting. Do you know what I mean? In terms of that rights aspect, we all sit there and question what rights do we have with this NFT. Well, that just gives a gives it clear black and white. For
And
everyone.
maybe,
Sorry,
and
Melissa.
maybe if you probably already have this, maybe, but if you don't, it might be another section on the IMCollectibles site that where it would actually explain to them each thing. You know what I mean? Like how you just went over that. What when they're clicking these buttons, what does it mean? What are you giving? What are you allowing to have happen when you click this button or that button as you're creating your NFT collection?
That's a good shout. I can get little information buttons next to a lot of this. And we will do some tutorials, and maybe that's something we do an actual real in-depth tutorial on the extended metadata side, where we actually talk into a lot of these fields and how to get registered for X, Y, and Z, where to recommend to go for all this sort of stuff. So yeah, that's a good shout, Melissa. So we can actually get some of that stuff. That's just great educational content.
Awesome.
Shit. This is the life of having to do this for.
No, but this is great. I mean,
absolutely. No, I know. I love it.
It's like a real world example of creating an NFT.
That's it. All right. I just got to grab one thing. We can move on.
And may I just say what a beautiful site it is. Can you guys see in the chat here? There's 167. Can you see how straightforward and beautiful this looks? How clean and nice and kind of self-explanatory of what you're supposed to do.
I got to go back and get the right UPC.
That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping it's just a streamlined process, and people will really see that on the next on the last page before uploading, and how the artwork's handled and the master files are handled. Because with our tier system, that's a bit of a game changer in itself. And what I will clarify in terms of that tier system, it's not for your generative collections. Essentially, think our marketplace is all about protecting digital art, fine art, music, film, but protecting the entertainment industry when it comes to the actual media files itself. And I just can't get my head around how we're going to do that for the generative files. But for a music or for a film NFT, for example, you can have multiple covers as different editions, as different tiers within that NFT. And we're going to see that with Fitzzzy. I know Fitzzzy's got multiple covers for his one, and we're going to be doing a bit of a tiered one. Here we go, just as I'm bringing it up. So Fitzzzy, just scroll up a touch, just so people get a little idea. They're the steps that you've gone through when you are registered and licensed. You only got 5 steps when it's not licensed, though. So for those who haven't got their music licensed, don't feel like that's overbearing. Although we would strongly recommend get your stuff licensed and then go through that whole process.
Yes, license your music if you're watching. License your music. Sorry.
Yeah. No, you're good. Scroll down. Yeah, so that was it. Just that little thing. So as you can see there with that little explainer box, we've got the master file, the preview clip, and the cover art. So for music, you've got the master file. You've got which is the main bread and butter, the WAV file, the full high quality file that you're uploading, which fits you. Feel free to jump into that now. Same with the preview. The preview we allow for music and music video up to 29 seconds. There are reasons for that, but yeah, up to 29 seconds, not 30, 29 for the preview file. And then you've got the cover artwork mode, which, as you can see, there are a single cover option and your rarity tiers. Single cover is plain and simple. Is there just the one artwork for that NFT collection? And how many editions you want to do for it, essentially. But Fitzzzy, do you want to showcase? Are you having an issue uploading?
No.
You good, yeah?
Well, yeah, I'm good. I'm gonna have to fix something. Hang on.
Is it the length?
Well, yeah. Well, it's all right. We'll go back to that in a second. So we're doing this is so here. I'm going to put my cover art page, right?
So not just yet. That's you're currently on single cover. So you also want to be doing the rarity tiers for this one, and this is how people can see the tiers. So obviously, as you can see there, tier 1. You can name that whatever tier, however you want to name that tier, and however many editions. Same with tier 2, tier 3, and you can add up to 100 different tiers. I don't know if people can see there, but within that tier, you've got the choose cover and then a box to use different master audio for this tier, and then tier specific traits as well. So within that one box, you can set a unique artwork for the tier, a unique master file for the tier, whether there's a different version of the track or film, maybe an extended cut or a remix or something like that. And then you can also set tier specific traits, whether it's relating to the master file or the cover art that's unique to that tier. And yeah, you can have up to 100 different tiers.
All right. So I can just go standard, and then I can move on down my tier list, right? And I can name these whatever I want, correct?
Correct. Yeah, name them whatever you want. The additions is how many NFTs of that tier that will be in the collection. So if you want it one of one, change the additions down to one of one. If you want 50 of them, put 50, whatever that number may be per tier.
We will have one cover art that is cover art from Milk that she has signed. So there'll be one of those in there.
Nice.
See. All right.
Slim DeVos says, glad people get to see how tedious being an artist is. LOL. Yeah, that, you know what? We always say crypto's not for sissies. Well, being an independent artist is not for sissies either. However, getting to be able to do this for yourself and taking control and ownership over your work and having a platform that's going to allow you to succeed is like unmatched. Like this is fantastic, you guys. Hey, Sing for Jesus says, hey, Dipper fam, what's up? We're going to get your music on here, Sing for Jesus. Yeah.
So what I will say, while Fitzzzy's just uploading these artworks, the marketplace is now sort of live and in beta. We haven't really pushed it out there to too many people. A few people have had their hands on it and been able to get a first-hand experience. But we're really going to sort of let the cat loose on Friday starting with Coffee and Crypto with Stone. John O has got a mint going live at the start of the show, so we're going to sort of use that as the launch party of IMC and let it go out beta to the world. So yeah, shout out to John O. Shout out.
You know what's cool, Niall? John O is going to be on the Faces of Crypto this month, so that's going to time out perfectly.
Yeah, that'll be great. He's such a character, John O is. It's such good vibes. Yeah, he's brilliant, bless him. So yeah, for any artists wanting to get collections on, or if anyone's got any NFTs that they are looking to create in the immediate future, you can get in contact with us if you want to potentially get a mint going and scheduled for Friday. Or wait till Friday and you can, we'll share the link out to the marketplace and you can get first-hand access yourself.
Can I circle back into a question I have? So the fact that you guys you have it on this platform for you, if you have your music registered, you're putting all the information in there, all the numbers that you know, whatever you've got to do to get your music registered. And then the whole tracker thing too, right? With creating the NFTs through your platform, that seems like a very significant addition to what maybe some of these other platforms, when it comes to music NFTs in particular, little differences that some folks might not be doing already. That seems like that would be a really good thing. Because they'll be able to track that around too, right? Since it's registered.
The standard.
You have to have
Go on.
Sorry. Well, you have to have a reporter. You have to have a reporter, and that's us, right? We are that party of that reporter, but also like it allows when that music is played at amphitheaters or played in bars or played from a DJ set, all of those things for it to be tracked to be able to submit it from those submitters. right? Because it's like IMU is not just the only submitter, but every bar you go into that plays music like that is supposed to have a license with a PRO to submit those songs that are played. Same thing, you go to a venue, every time you go to Hard Rock, right? All the even if it's not just a band playing, if it's just whatever it is, or DJ set, like at a festival, all that stuff is submitted. So all of this stuff kind of can roll through and be tracked, period. And you can get paid from all your plays, as long as people go back and watch the educational series and realize that there's more than one place to register.
Amen.
So, yeah. So, sorry. All right. All right. I apologize. So, no.
No worries.
All right. So I need just 2 seconds. So now, if you want to pick up, I'm not as good as Niall, and y'all know all this shit. So I have my preview set with a piece of the cover art. So I have got to chop it down,
baby. Optimistic Prime wants to know, are you saying people can mint rights to use the music on radio and in spaces and on YouTube? No, that's not
what I'm saying.
That's not what he's saying,
That is
Opti.
not what that means, Opti. I love you, but no, absolutely not.
No, that's not what it means.
You try to play that on YouTube and stuff, you'll eventually get with a takedown notice of someone that has, if someone's registered music the right way and you start playing that in public spaces
without
on
permission.
YouTube, it will get eventually, you'll end up getting a strike.
Yeah.
People can give you, like, in NFTs and that, like, beyond that registration part, like someone could give you commercial rights to your music to use, but you're going to make sure that you have those rights obtained correctly in order to be able to use them commercially.
Bird's son says, can you guys post the educational series link so I can direct my budding 15-year-old music creator in the right direction? Oh, you're giving the 15-year-old a leg up by watching Dip a Toe Show tonight. Yeah, we'll find that, and if it doesn't get posted before the end of the show, come over into the after space at 10:10. We'll post it in there, and then I'll be sure to include it in my show notes. I'll go back and add it to the YouTube information.
Melissa, what I'll mention on that in terms of the frequencies amplified in the educational series, right now, I believe you can go back and catch it from the X replays or maybe on YouTube. We're actually still in the process of getting it uploaded to IMUTV in its own dedicated section. So once we've done that, we'll make sure to share that out far and wide so everyone can get straight access to it. But yeah, fantastic. Right now it has to be the replays on here that we've done, and that's any Thursday show. Any of the shows we've done on Thursdays for the last nearly a year, I think now, Fitzy.
Yeah, 26. Well, we had 26 weeks of them. We had 26 weeks of them, A to Z. Yeah, so they're definitely out there on there, and then they will be coming to IMUP3 as well as a full podcast. So.
Oh God!
Yeah,
we haven't even talked about any of that yet.
I know, right? I know. I am so sorry, y'all.
No worries at all. Yeah, this is so much faster. Actually, if anybody who's minted an NFT that is to this level, you realize it's not easy sometimes to do all of this stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I think what people are going to realize as well when we get onto the next page is just the whole process is just so streamlined now, because for artists trying to do music video, film or whatever, you're having to manually edit the JSON files, and it's an absolute nightmare. Do you know what I mean? Like, especially if you don't have that understanding of what you're doing. So understanding of the metadata file. Sorry, Fitzy, you're good?
No, but I'm good. But I've got to do this because, again, I created the MP4 and I need the MP3 or whatever, or WAV file for the preview. So, and if I open up my flipping DAW, it's going to cut me off right here. So I'm having to go to another laptop. So do you want me to
have you got a separate, I'll tell you what, have you got a separate like preview file that you can put in place and we won't actually mint the NFT?
That's what I'm looking for. I just tried to do that, but you've got it locked at 29 seconds. I don't have anything 29 seconds for a
He's protecting you from yourself.
Yeah,
Opti,
that's pretty
while you
much
work
it.
on that, Opti does
Yeah,
have
go
a
ahead.
question. Do you have a plan to have something integrated to allow for a mint to be connected to a physical item, i.e. form with a shipping address and contact, so an album or physical artwork could be tokenized? Is there any plans for that for the future?
It's definitely something we're going to explore. It's something I've always been keen on and had a thought for. It's just I don't think we've truly solved the
One thing at a
physical
time, right?
or the digital. Yeah, and I don't think we've really solved like the vision for digital assets has really been solved yet, because I still always have question marks regarding the secondary aspect of it. As soon as that mint's done of the NFT and the asset, or that the physical item, it's sort of keeping the two tied to each other following the first mint. Do you know what I mean? And that's, I think, what we need to get a better understanding of how to handle. But yes, it's definitely on the cards, especially with the fine art artists. Do you know what I mean? It's a big play of getting the actual real pieces directly connected to it. I know some people are working on some really interesting concepts around this, with the NFC chipping and everything like that. And Tyler from TI Boone and everything, he's doing some really cool stuff as well. So yeah, it's keeping an eye. Keeping it in.
Yeah. There's so many things. Like it's like one thing at a time. This particular platform and what you've built, making it transparent for the artists, all of the things that they need to do to mint successfully on your platform. I think you've thought about, in terms of like the music, right? And then also like the movies and stuff too. I mean, that's a whole nother animal, but yeah, you having this set at 29 seconds. It's set at 29 seconds for a particular reason, and it's making it so Fitzzzy can't mint something, and so that I think that's actually pretty fantastic.
What I will sort of just touch on is some of the other features when we get to that next page, in terms of like mint management and the pricing options. Obviously, we will see it shortly, but when we get onto the next page, it's pretty much that final mint review before hitting upload and the files are submitted, and then you get presented with the listing feed before the mint actually goes live. Couple of things that you can do: you can schedule releases or publish it immediately, so you can set a date and time for that mint to go live, and then it will just get set in the recent mints with a little date and timestamp, and even a nice little countdown on the collections page itself, which is quite cool for the marketing aspects. Go on, Minister.
No, I'm excited. Because I saw a countdown.
Oh,
yeah. I saw the countdown.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
One
thing I did want to
ask,
if they did do that and they did the countdown, could they go back and edit it before it went live, before they published it?
That's actually something I'm optimizing. So I'm just seeing if I'm just putting in the edits to actually edit the launch time and everything like that, and making sure it works properly. They can publish it immediately, so they can already do that. So say you set a date, a scheduled date and time, and you want to change that and go live instantly, you can just do that straight from the creator dashboard. That's something we'll come on to, because we've got a whole creator dashboard once you've created an NFT, which allows you to just manage the collection seamlessly post mint. But yeah, you can pause it. You can add allow lists, early access discounts, limits per wallet, all sorts. Pricing is pretty cool because we've got multi-currency support and dynamic pricing. Multi-currency support, you can actually have the NFT available to be minted in multiple tokens at one time. So talk about the Dip a Toe token, and your own NFTs, Melissa. You could essentially set a price in XRP and in your Dip a Toe token, and let users choose between those two tokens and what they want to pay for. And then, and there's no limit as well. You can just chuck as many tokens as you want to accept as the artist, set different price points and whatnot, and yeah, have real fun gamifying that with the communities. And And then dynamic pricing, which is a real cool one as well. You can set the USD price of the value that you want to set for that NFT, and it will auto calculate at checkout for that user the price in XRP. We don't offer this for the XRPL tokens right now, just due to how illiquid they are and the volatility. But for XRP, we will be offering that. So yeah, dynamic pricing is also another option that they can utilize. So dynamic pricing and multi-currency support are two major features for artists going live.
I'm so glad that you're talking about this, because when you and I went through our little walkthrough and you were kind of showing me what it was, and I got so excited. That is one of the things that was very attractive to me, is the fact that you could toggle between static and dynamic in terms of listing your NFT, being able to, if you like Optimistic Prime, for example, with her Wandering Footprint Nomads. There's a specific dollar amount that they're to cost, that's cost for them to be able to mint those at a set price and have whatever XRP's price is, or whatever the butt token price is, or whatever at that time. Be able to do that is phenomenal. Like, or to be able to change the price. So like, we're seeing people have sales on these things. Like, you want to talk about that for a second, Niall, because I think that is just fantastic.
Hopefully we can pivot back to that, Melissa. I see Fitzy's got to the next page, so he might actually be good to process with the full mint. Fitzy, did you manage to get everything sorted on your end?
Yeah, I apologize. I apologize about that. I had to jump on my other laptop and recreate it, so that is my bad.
No worries. Let's go.
Are you still comfortable doing the filming? Is this the proper preview that you want to put out?
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool. Yeah, all right. So yeah, he's got past that page that he was on with the upload, and he got past the tiers and set the rarity of the traits and everything for the artworks. Set the different editions, and you're on the now final review and mint page. So it will show you the collection that you've set up. It will show you the pricing and editions. This is what we were just talking about. Dynamic pricing, where you can set the USD price, or the static pricing, where you can select set the XRP price as the primary price, and then add additional XRPL tokens as well. We have got a short list right now, which will just continue to grow as other people add tokens. And it's really simple to add a token if you want to add it on there. Literally just post in the issuer address and the token ticker, and then that will be added to the system. So that will it'll be nice to see that one grow with all different XRPL tokens that people want to utilize. But yeah, Fitzy, set the prices you wanna go for, my man.
Right. Okay.
For the tokenization of access to your content.
Right on. Okay, that goes. I got the price set. Do I have to put a price here if I added this in?
No. If you don't, just leave it blank if you wanna ignore it. Unless you wanna set an XFT price.
No.
But yeah. So just scroll up a touch, sorry, man. Just want to see. So it'll give you a little revenue summary of what you're looking to earn at that price with the amount of additions that you've done. And if you've done a single cover, it will actually allow you to select the amount of additions you want to do on this page. But because Fitzy's done a tiered one and he's already predefined the additions in each tier, it's obviously auto-calculating it to the total amount that he's desired. So yeah, nice little mint preview. Move forward, Fitzy, if you want. Keep going down.
All right.
Mint limits, if you wanted to set a limit per wallet, you can set that there. And then again, the allow list that we was talking about, you can create them, whether you do it through a CSV file, or you can literally just put wallet address and then space line, break line, and just keep adding the wallet addresses manually. So different ways of whichever way is easiest for yourself. On-chain royalties, the royalties that you want to set as an artist that you want to receive off all secondary sales. So yeah, Fitzy, if you're happy with 5% or whatever percent you want to accept for secondary, 75, go for it.
25%, give it back.
100% of secondary set. No. All right. There we go. All right.
And just to make note, so we've got an option there for add payment splits, which will be for royalty splits and whatnot of the payments, of the NFT payments. That's not currently live, but we've got it in place so you can add the wallets that you want to potentially include with royalty splits. And upon batch transactions, we can potentially facilitate that. So that's just gathering the information in preparation for batch transactions to process multiple royalty splits from NFT sales. And then, yeah, the release schedule, whether you want it to go live or whether you want to pick a date and time for it to go live and schedule the release. Fitzy, are we going to go for steak and bake show for your one?
Yeah, I'll release it there and theirs. It's cool. You know, look, y'all, I ain't be pushing like most people do, but I'm going to drop it on Friday at 6:30. I think they start at 6, right? Something like that. So maybe I'll start at 7 o'clock.
This might be an appropriate time to ask this question. Oh, this is not the one. Of course not. And I think I know the answer, but is there any way to have an allow list at a lower price in the public mint at the same time, or one free and the rest at a price?
Yeah, you can have a public mint and then have a an allow list, which is for discounts. So Fitzy, if you can just go back up to the allow list, sorry for me. And then, enable. And then you can see there the sort of options you've got. So if you hit the drop down menu, that one shows early access if you want to give certain wallets early access to the mint. If you can hit the, I don't think it shows us the drop down. If you can select one of the other options, sorry.
What do you want me to
select? The drop down.
Oh, early access.
Scroll up, the early access drop down,
Exclusive only.
Allow list type.
So that's the other one, exclusive, if you only wanted to allow specific people, even upon public, and then go to the next one, which I believe is discounts.
Yep.
There you go. So you could set a special price list for specific wallets alongside the public mint at the same time if you wanted to. Again, full customization for the artist, full array of tools in terms of that mint management. But yeah, Fitzy, I don't believe you're doing any royalties that I allowed us, are you?
No. All right. So schedule release 7 o'clock on Friday, Eastern Standard. Here's my preview. Oh, it gives you the raw metadata.
There you go. So that's something which is an absolute bugbear of music artists. Every music artist on the XRPL mainnet will have dealt with this, of trying to manually edit these meta JSON files. And this just gives you a nice little preview of everything, and showing you all the extended metadata we've captured and everything like that. Platform fee, pretty self-explanatory at that point. We'll go into the fees at a later point, but for the master files of music, music's 2.5, music videos 3, films 5, and art is 2. And then the per edition is 0.06 for music. So nice cheap total that allows us to continue the infrastructure, the building, the maintenance, the growth, and the broadcasting of your master files to the NFT owners. Nice little pre-checklist as well, just confirming everything is done, dusted, and you've got everything locked in. And hey, Fitzy, go for it. Hit create listing and pay fee. And at this point, you'll just see it process through uploading the files, the cover files, the master files, everything like that. I pray to, I just pray this works right now. Brother Jono was his patience of a saint right now. There we go, perfectly. And then you just pay the fee. Once you've paid the fee, it goes live.
So fantastic.
It's active on the platform.
Huh? Come with me. Come with me.
That's right. I wrote those lyrics about Courtney and I's journey.
Love it. Love it.
Your listing is now live.
Man, guys.
There we go. So just a real quick summary. So Fitzy, if you go back to the homepage now and then scroll down to the recent mints section carousel, or sorry, go back to the homepage. You're on browse collections. It redirects you to, and just to let people know, with our browse collections, it is completely random. So every time you go to the browse collections page, or you see the browse carousel on the on the main page, it is completely random. It will shuffle every time, and you'll just see a brand new collection from the ledger. So yeah, no sort of gamification or that. It is just complete random fairness for the artists. But there we go. We can see Fitzzzy's mint live. Fitzy, if you click on your collection, and you can see the little the mint date and timestamp for it going live.
So
yeah, you click on your card. Go on.
Okay. Nothing. Look at that.
And there you go.
Right on.
And then hit preview.
Oh yeah. Y'all can hear it, but
I can.
That actually sounds great. Yeah.
I wanna be free, so come with me.
Huh?
City's
This
light,
is legit.
but it don't seem.
Huh?
reminds me of going. You remember when iTunes first came out, right? Like when that came out early 2000s. Like that's what you got on iTunes.
Yep.
Like you went, you listened to 29 seconds or less. That's all you got. And if you wanted it, you buy it.
Yep.
So, you know, it kind of
and
goes
this
back
is
to
what
that.
you guys are offering with these NFTs. This is like, again, this is just an incredible opportunity for independent artists to actually upload their creations on a platform that is doing business the way that the public is used to, right? And protects them. And the only difference, well, I would say there's more differences than just that, but a big difference is the fact that they're getting to own the revenue. They're getting the revenue. They're not giving Spotify how much percent of their music or some of these other platforms that they upload their music. They're actually going to earn that money, which is pretty remarkable.
Well, it's about, you know, as for any kind of creative across any medium, it's about how to generate income. And you use all the tools in the bag, and you get out and you use them all, and then you collect them all, and then you're happy. And maybe one day you don't have to work 2 jobs or 3 jobs, and you can go down to where this is just your job. So, because that is the best feeling, and that's what I want. I know that's what Niall wants, and I sure as hell know that's what Rob wants. You know, is for everyone to be able to make a damn living.
So we've got about 10 minutes left.
Can I just really recap something, Melissa?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I just want to stress, obviously, with just being able to play the preview file there, that's how we're protecting artists. Even if someone was to mint that NFT now, go into the metadata and you pull up the IPFS issue, the IPFS link, it's just going to take you to the preview file. You cannot publicly access that master file. It is protected and only exclusively available to those NFT holders. So the artists are protected, the work is protected, and the collectors have true exclusivity from ownership on the blockchain. This is how NFTs were supposed to be used for the media and entertainment industry. But sorry, Melissa. Yeah, I just had to quickly recap that.
Oh no,
yeah, it's important.
Not at all. I wanted to be able to. There is a question, which of course I'm having a hard time finding it now. Basically, no, that's not the one. There's a question is, what kind of guarantee? Oh, there it is. asks, what guarantee do you have that your project will rise above the dictation? I didn't exactly understand what she was asking, but I believe that she's saying, like, you know, what makes you think that your that this is going to rise above or succeed with all of the things that are going on in the world and other offerings and all of that. And then maybe if something happens to IMUTV, you want to touch on the fact that they will be able to have full access to their files and transfer them over to their own custody or another platform. You want to address that, Niall? Because I think that's what she's getting at, but I'm not exactly sure.
Well, even in terms of the dictation and overcoming it, I think it's just doing it the right way. setting the right standards, not following the crowd, even with the NFT stands today, not just following the crowd. Do you know what I mean? And how it's done, leaving artists exposed, leaving collectors without exclusivity. We're doing it genuinely the right way for artists, with artists in mind, built by artists for artists, but genuinely with that all in mind. And yeah, you do it the right way, you do it for the right reasons, and with the tools we've built. Do you know what I mean? It's not like we've got the right ethos, we've got the right mindset, but we've got the right tools in place for artists as well. And it's that ecosystem's built, the tools are there. We're not taking from the artists like that. Do you know what I mean? They've now got that ecosystem and platform where they retain majority of the profits. They retain ownership of their content. They're not giving up everything for free, and they're still getting. They've got the ability to be seen and heard on all these different apps, countries, whatnot, around the world. So yeah, it's just doing it the right way. In all honesty, Fitzzzy, I don't know if you've got anything to add to that, but.
Well, I think it takes the kind of work that we've been doing, right? Is that there are a lot of intricate grooves that we got to get into. That I'm in talks with a PR firm right now. I am in talk to industry insiders right now, and just all these little tools to filmmakers, producers, directors, and we are swimming in a $30+ billion industry, and it is climbing, and we don't need 50% of the market. I don't want 50% of the market at all. Yeah, I'll be dead next December. The next heart attack's going to take me. You know what I mean? So we need a small percentage of the market cap, and that's it, and we're successful. I think real recognizes real when it comes to industry and with creatives and people. And, I don't think we're out here just throwing BS around that is just to fill your head on what it is. Well, here's the tools, right? Like, and we've gone back and forth, even like on fees. Like, we could take more and justify it. But again, it's artists. We're trying to keep it that artist first philosophy by artists for artists. And if you're building that way, artists will recognize that. And when I say artists, it's across the entire medium. So I think that is a big difference. And we just need a small piece of the pie.
Well, and here's the thing, guys. You're giving artists skin in the game, real skin in the game. So you get people to come on and understand you're doing it through the education. You're giving them the platform for them to succeed. You're giving them a voice. And so MM was saying, well, what happens? That all this is true, but what happens if they squash you? If they squash you? Well, if they try to squash you, the hopes that we are the ones that are going to demand that we're not squashed, right? Because of giving them true skin in the game and giving them the revenue and giving them a voice, they're going to be in the trenches with you fighting along. It's not just Niall, Rob, and Fitzzzy working on this. It's the collective, and that's where we are powerful. And that is where the whole digital asset space in general and every early adopter that is in this space right now, that's why we are so important and why we are so powerful, because platforms like yours bringing the masses in, they're going to then recognize the opportunities that are put in front of them, and they're going to join this army family of people that say, if you are a creator and you have good music or bad music, doesn't even matter. If you create something, you deserve to own it and earn the money from it. And if you're a buyer of that creation, you deserve to own it and have the rights to play it and know that some guy can't just go download it for free.
Mm-hmm. And you're right. Absolutely right. And I want to address one question someone out. What if they come and try and squash you? Well, bring it the fuck on. And excuse my language, Melissa, because if you are too scared to jump in and swing for the fence, then you shouldn't be here. right? As far as a builder, because you won't ever get anywhere. So, but again, we don't need that. So we're not scared of the industry. I've been there, and I know how they work. I know how they play. They're dirty, but music is changing. Consumption of music is changing. And that's why it can't just be one thing. It can't just be streaming. It just can't be on TV. It's the entire loop because it's changing. And I'm going to shut up because I know we're getting towards the end.
No, I love it.
And I'm sorry for the F-bomb. I apologize, everybody.
I get it. It happens. It happens.
I know better, and I apologize.
I'm going to have to message IMUTV guy and let him know I'm really sorry for the bad language on the show.
No. I know. My bad. That's on me. My bad.
This is fantastic, guys. We have about 3 minutes left. 2.5 minutes left before the outro song. I definitely want to invite everybody to come to the after space. I hope to goodness you guys can both show up because there have been a ton of questions in the chat. And I know that this conversation will be on fire in the after space. I posted the link in the chat. But do you have any final thoughts before, besides not trying to deter people from coming to the after space? Oh, Rob says we're not trying to end the mainstream, just evolve it. If we leave someone else, we'll step into our shoes. Amen, Rob Nichols. We are the plan, people. We are the plan.
And can I just say something quick? I'm not sure who MM is. I wasn't coming at you like that, MM. I was just passionate about the question. Okay, as long as she knows.
No,
I wasn't coming at you. Okay.
No, I think she actually comes into our after spaces. She's a good friend of Opti's and ours. She comes to the show all the time. So she asks those questions because she is all about sovereignty and protection of your own rights and that. So
I get it. I get it. I just didn't want to think I was coming at her because I saw the question. I was like, well, we're not scared. That's why. You know what I mean? So it wasn't.
Someone's got to step up and do it.
Yeah.
If not you, then who?
Yeah. Right. Well, that's it. So.
Yeah. Any final thoughts, Niall?
No, thank you. Thank you to everyone for tuning in. Thank you, Melissa, for allowing us to this basically turned into a nice little tutorial of the solution to the industry, to the issue that we've revealed. So, yeah, thank you for that. There is a lot more to reveal. There's a lot more features on the marketplace still. Like we said before earlier, the protectors are completely migrating over there. So the daily claims now got its own frequency fountain tab. The IMU gaming's on the new marketplace, and it is so much faster. There's actually a tasks and a reward system throughout the entire marketplace for browsing, collecting NFTs, all sorts. And the rewards can get you boosted XFT rewards for your NFT holdings and game rewards. So there's a lot more features to go into, but today's really, I'm glad we managed to get into the solution because for those who have seen the tagline, that the fundamental issue with media NFTs, it is a major issue. It is a major issue, and it should make you think twice. But don't be put off to the space. The technology is still fantastic. We just need to use it the right way, and that is granting access. And that can be done now with us, with IMC, minting with protection, giving collectors real exclusivity and a real seamless process to mint music, mint film on the XRPL, not just the digital and fine art now. So real seamless process where you don't have to manually learn all the coding and the metadata and all that sort of stuff. But no, enough rambling. Thank you, Melissa. I look forward to sharing a lot more of what we've built because we're sort of just revealing and just teasing out the solution right now. But Melissa, can't thank you enough.
Oh, I love it.
I look forward to sharing a lot more of what we've built because we're sort of just revealing. Always weird hearing yourself back like that.
Yeah. I gotta turn that. I didn't realize I had that. I thought I had it on mute, and I didn't. So sorry about that, guys. I was trying to show that we were streaming live on IMUTV.tv right now. So, you guys, thank you so much for coming. Join us in the after space. We love you all. Stay tuned next week. Got a special show coming on for you guys on Dipito Show. It's going to be an interesting one. Be there, be square. Come to the after space. We love you. Thank you, Fitzzzy. Thank you, Niall. Have a good night, everyone.
Step right up, let's take the dive. Crypto world is coming alive. From XRP to the blockchain beat. Join the crew where pioneers meet. Got builders, dreamers paving the way. Multi-chain vibes, we're here to stay. Wanna know? Don't wait, let's go. Dip a toe, join the Web3 flow. Take a step, explore the scene. Dip a toe show, living the dream. From the ledger to the stars we climb. Crypto's future, it's our time. Dip a toe, yeah, take that chance. Join the vibe, let's crypto dance. That's a crypto dance. Faces of crypto, stories we share. Early adopters, they're everywhere. From XRPL to the Web3 wave. Bold moves, only we're here to pave. Melissa and Simon, they light the way. Every week it's a crypto play. Wanna know? Don't wait, let's go. Dip a toe, join the Web3 flow. Take a step, explore the scene. Dip a toe show, living the dream. From the ledger to the stars we climb. Crypto's future, it's our time. Dip a toe, yeah, take that chance. Join the vibe, let's crypto dance.